People who cheat in their speedruns are hilarious because they're terrible at hiding the fact that they cheated. These are the funniest fake Minecraft speedruns.
This speedrun starts off and there is already something fake about it. No, it is not their hotbar. It's not their timer at the top left of the screen. You're gonna have to take a closer look to see what's fake about it. Yep, everything is normal here. The speedrunner just broke a single oak block on a tree. If you blink, then you must have missed it. There is a very sudden cut and the speedrunner expected us to not notice this. After that single cut, it is very clear that the speedrunner is in a completely different area, most likely to get an advantage like spawning closer to a village. So the speedrunner does get 5 oak logs, they hit a pig, getting 3 raw pork chops, and would you look at that, they are very close to a village. How lucky. There's something very unusual about this speedrun though. The speedrunner mounts a horse, hits an octopus, and then wait a second, they just stop moving. Then they go into the menu, and I could be wrong, but I have reason to believe that the speedrunner is going to be cheating so much that they are trying to throw us off of our trail. So keep an eye out for anything that is fake. They go into a villager house opening a chest, and they get 10 apples and 4 bread. They then proceed to break 5 beds, and make a mental note of that number for later. You'll see why soon. Now this next clip is very important. Not only is there a second village in the distance, and a ruined nether portal, how lucky. Watch this next segment, and I bet you won't notice what's wrong with it. Yeah, did you notice it? At first glance, it appears as if this speedrunner has jumped, stopped briefly, and then continued running, right? But if we zoom in on the top right corner of the screen and go frame by frame, you can see that out of nowhere, 2 of these clouds turns into 3. So I could be wrong, but I have strong reason to believe that the speedrunner made a cut and was doing a ton of goofy nonsense in the background. And you will find out very soon what they did. So naturally, of course, the speedrunner runs over to this ruined nether portal, and right off the bat, take a look at the screen on this freeze frame and tell me if you notice what has changed. Well, remember the number I told you earlier? 5 beds? Yeah, somehow they have 9 beds now. This guy has got me going like a detective. The rest of the speedrun is like this. Tons of faking, and they're pretty clever at hiding it. Now let's take a look at the items in the chest. 3 gold ingots, 3 flint, horse armor, a golden axe, a golden sword, and a fire charge. Remember these items for later. What happens next is going to shock you. The speedrunner just does nothing. They close the chest, opening it again. Their timer is running, they are wasting time. Then all of a sudden, they look over to the right, look back to the left, look up, look down, and then they open the chest again. But hang on a second, let me play that clip one more time in case you didn't see it. If we go frame by frame, right before they're about to open this chest again, you can see that the speedrunner opened up the chat box. And then on the very next frame, it looks like they just opened the chest again, but they are suddenly selecting apples instead of pork chops. Now take a second look at what's inside the chest. Notice anything different? Yep, that is right. A single obsidian block has appeared out of thin air, which gives me reason to believe that somewhere in that segment, there was a very sly cut. They went into creative mode and put that obsidian block in the chest. Well, get this. The speedrunner takes the items out of the chest, taking their sweet old time, and they use their 2 obsidian blocks to complete the nether portal and light it at a world record pace of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. But hang on a second there, Buster. You missed yet again another fake goof. If I rewind the footage to when the speedrunner first arrived to the ruined nether portal, it is very clear that to the left of them is a crying obsidian block. But then after they take the items out of the chest, somehow that crying obsidian becomes regular obsidian. This guy is gonna try and fake his speedrun, and I am not gonna let him get away with it. Well, they light the nether portal with the fire charge, entering the nether, and everything does seem normal here. They don't have chat disabled, which I think is a good sign. Maybe this guy isn't faking his Minecraft speedrun. Nope, hang on a second. They just cleared their chat history. Yep, they are a big stinky cheater. Now these next few moments, you are really gonna have to pay attention here. Watch this clip, and I hope you'll be able to catch what is fake about it. If you didn't notice, going frame by frame, it is so painfully obvious that the speedrunner made a very subtle cut, trying to make it look like they were moving their camera around, and immediately after that cut, the speedrunner by accident falls into this ditch, then traveling in a very specific direction. And if I freeze frame the speedrun footage right here, and you bring your attention to the bottom left of the screen, yes, I kid you not, by some miracle, they spawn directly above a bastion. And I could be wrong, but I think that sudden cut earlier, the speedrunner could have possibly spawned the bastion beneath them with a command. Or maybe they're just lucky. Well, pay close attention to these next few moments. It is packed with goofy fakeness. The speedrunner takes their oak planks, making a crafting table, exploring the bastion for just a few moments until they come across this single piglin. They get in a vicious battle with this piglin until, I kid you not, the piglin just disappears. Huh? Yes, and then the speedrunner takes one step forward, and if you can't see it, I'm gonna point it out at the bottom of the screen. What in the world did that piglin drop? A netherite chest plate, diamond pickaxe, and 2 golden blocks? In your dreams, buddy. Yes, that cut was painfully obvious. The speedrunner was very clearly trying to hide the fact that they made a cut, and somewhere in between that footage, they dropped golden blocks, netherite gear, and a diamond pickaxe. So the speedrunner turns those golden blocks into 18 golden ingots, and they continue roaming around this bastion until they find themselves cornered by a piglin with a crossbow. The speedrunner has no other choice. They begin throwing their gold ingots to distract this angry piglin from attacking, and the trades look very normal here. 10 nether quartz, and they continue throwing their gold ingots at the piglin until something seems very off. If you didn't notice it, I'll play the clip one more time. Yes, even though going frame by frame, the timer does not change, the top right of the screen looks normal, and even the piglin doesn't look much changed. In a single frame, the speedrunner suddenly has 2 nether brick and a fire charge in their inventory, which begs the question, why would the speedrunner put a cut here? Well, just wait a few seconds and see what happens when the piglin walks away. Yes, that's right. Out of thin air, the piglin drops 8 ender pearls and 2 blaze rods beneath them. How convenient. Look, the speedrunner is clearly cheating here, but I can't quite figure out why they would give themselves such a specific number of items. But don't worry, we're gonna find out later. After the speedrunner gets what they needed from the piglin, they go on a slaughtering rampage. And well, this next moment is just embarrassing. You're gonna make sure you don't miss this one. The speedrunner digs directly up with the hopes of escaping the bastion, but unfortunately, the speedrunner attracts a horde of piglins, and going frame by frame, they are clearly about to die. Well, you know what? Let me just show you the whole clip. It is priceless. Yeah, that's right. The speedrunner made a sudden cut. It is very clear that they died. We don't know for sure, but I have no idea how they would survive that. And they're really playing it off like nothing ever happened. They approach the wall, escaping the bastion, and they do waste a little bit of time trying to find their way back to the nether portal, but keep a close eye on what is happening while the speedrunner is digging through this netherrack. It is very unusual. They are running short on time, quickly approaching 5 minutes, and while they are mining, this happens. In case you didn't catch it, going frame by frame, there is a very obvious cut, and did the speedrunner really think we wouldn't notice this? The amount of netherrack they have in their inventory increases by 7 blocks, and after this painfully obvious cut, just take a wild guess as to where they end up at. Yep, that is right. Directly back to the nether portal. What a coincidence. I think we can safely assume they got lost, made a cut, potentially going into spectator mode to figure out where in tarnation they were. Real smooth, buddy. So the speedrunner returns to the overworld. They open the chest. It is empty, as it should be. But again, are they just trying to distract us? Well, the answer to that is yes. Upon re-entering the overworld, who is knocking on my door in the middle of a video? Hello? Oh yeah, that's right. It's Factor, the sponsor of this video. Allow me to speed run this one. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, people who eat food, Factor provides fresh, never frozen, dietitian approved meals to your doorstep. Every week there is a menu of 35 options, like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Vegan and Veggie. Personally, one of my favorites was the 3-bean vegan chili with cornbread casserole. That sweet, sweet cornbread was calling my name. You get chef-prepared meals by just microwaving for 2 minutes, so you can get back to more important things like doing nothing, scrolling on social media, or faking your Minecraft speedruns. Head to Factor75.com or click the link below and use code Ayundaru50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders. That's code Ayundaru50 at Factor75.com to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month of orders. Are they just trying to distract us? Well, the answer to that is yes. Upon re-entering the overworld, the speedrunner is swimming in the ocean back to land, breaking 2 major rules in the game of Minecraft: digging directly down and digging while they are drowning themselves. Well, after almost dying, they finally get some smarts, equipping their shovel. Wait a second, when did they get a diamond shovel? Can someone fill me in as to when that happened? I am so confused. Well, I guess they have a diamond shovel now. They put a netherrack block above them so that they can breathe. Nice work. And they dig straight down. But only after a few blocks, the speedrunner stops digging down and they face forward. Interesting. Wow, would you look at that? What a good guess. Are those stone brick blocks I see the same ones that appear in a stronghold? What a coincidence. Nope, never mind, I was wrong. Just a fluke, just a false alarm. It doesn't look like the speedrun actually found the stronghold. Nope, hang on a second. Why are they mining this block? Oh no. Is that stone brick? Okay, I was right all along. The speedrunner mined directly into the stronghold. What a lucky guess. The stronghold is right under our nose. And you know what? I'm honestly surprised here. The speedrunner begins mining into what seems like completely random blocks, but what they are actually doing is searching for hidden walls, which are actually a thing in strongholds. Well, after no luck of finding any hidden walls, the speedrunner begins adventuring into what seems like a completely random direction. They would have to get very lucky to find the portal room from here. Are you kidding me? Yes, that is right. The speedrunner finds the portal room just floating in the middle of nowhere, and upon entering the portal room, take a mental note here that they got very unlucky by finding a portal with no eyes in it. Remember that for later. They break the spawner, getting into a vicious battle, eating their steak. Then the speedrunner crafts blaze powder, making 4 eyes of ender, but unfortunately that will not be enough for them to fill the portal with eyes. Huh? Oh brother, does someone want to fill me in? Out of nowhere, there must have been a sudden cut because the portal suddenly is filled with 8 eyes. I am so confused. Well, the speedrunner fills the portal with their 4 eyes of ender, doing a 360 into the end portal with style, and upon entering the end, the speedrunner throws their ender pearl onto the end island, and as soon as they land onto the island, take a second to look at the screen and tell me if you notice what just happened. Don't see it? Let me point it out for you. If we go frame by frame, the chat box has completely disappeared. Usually it fades out slowly, and on top of that, do you see what is happening at the top right of their screen? If we zoom in here, it looks like that is endstone, but no, it is very possible that is a pressure plate. Watch this next segment very closely and listen to the audio. I sure hope you notice what is going on. Yes, that is right. You can't make this up. The speedrunner is so bad at this game that they have to cheat at speedrunning. And how are they doing it? They are stepping onto these pressure plates, which most likely have a command block beneath them that spawn ignited TNT on the top of the obelisks, breaking the end crystals, doing all of the work for the speedrunner. How convenient. Well, after the speedrunner has stepped onto all of their pressure plates, breaking the end crystals, they get their beds ready to defeat the Ender Dragon and beat the game in potentially a top 10 Minecraft speedrun world record. The dragon is descending. The speedrunner throws their Ender Pearl over to start attacking the dragon. Wait, hang on a second. Why are they going the opposite direction? Oh no. Is that another pressure plate? Yeah, that's right. The speedrunner is destroying the Ender Dragon with more spawned TNT until they get the dragon's health down by a quarter, and the dragon just floats up into the sky, nowhere to be seen ever again. The speedrunner is very confused, looking around, wondering what in tarnation just happened, until the dragon returns miraculously. The speedrunner steps back onto their pressure plate to beat the game and get that sweet, sweet world record, and something is just very wrong here. The dragon will not perch. Oh wait, no, it's about to perch. Never mind. Oh no, wait a second, they got some damage on it. Never mind. Well, this is very unfortunate. The dragon flies away. The speedrunner is beyond 8 minutes. They have lost their spot in the top 10. The dragon is just glitching around. He's doing a ton of dillying, a ton of dallying, and he disappears off into the distance. A whole minute goes by. The dragon begins to perch again. The speedrunner is on home base, triggering the TNT, until, tell me if you notice it, from the top of the screen, a second Ender Dragon descends from the heavens. What in tarnation is happening? The second dragon pushes the first one out of the way. They are literally battling each other like two cats in a WrestleMania match, and they both just ascend into Valhalla. This speedrunner is never gonna beat the game. This is just so sad. Until out of nowhere, both dragons are perched. The second one is dead. The first one flies into the sky at 1,000 kilometers per hour, and they beat the game. Nope, never mind. No, they did not. The original Ender Dragon's health bar is still at the top of the screen. Despite that though, they pretend to jump in the portal, and there is a cut to the end game credits. That was so goofy.
Holy cow, this speedrun is a load of barnacles. Bottom left of the screen, it is very clear to see that they are using Forge, and they have 17 mods loaded. I am terrified. Things get even worse. If you take a look at their most recent worlds, they have Super, Super 2, Super Race in all caps, and then the most recent one is Fake Speed Ran, which is in creative mode, has cheats enabled, and they select that one. And their intro is just ridiculous. Listen to their microphone.
Hey dudes, so today we're speedrunning Minecraft and stuff, yeah!
Right off the bat, the speedrunner spawns in, and we can tell that the first mod they have installed is a minimap, which scares me because the last time I saw a speedrunner have a minimap, they pulled out a nuclear bazooka and destroyed the Ender Dragon. Well, things do seem normal here. They approach this tree, they break it. Oh no. That is a chest, and inside the chest is an infinity gauntlet. Yeah, okay, I know this one is fake. It was just funny. It made me chuckle. FBI, open up! No, never mind, this one was legit. This speedrun, holy cannoli, you are in for a treat. The beginning is honestly just awkward. It takes forever to load, and you can hear their microphone. It's just awkward silence. There is a certain point where you can hear the speedrunner just incessantly tapping on their screen, hoping that it makes it load faster. Now hang on a second though, they load in, but did you see what just happened? If we go frame by frame, it is very clear that they spawned in, there's a villager in front of them, but the next frame, they're in a completely different location. They're selecting the 4th slot on their inventory, and oh no. Are they playing this game on a tablet? That is one of the 7 deadly sins. Well, the speedrunner enters this villager house, then they close the door, then they open it and leave the villager house, then they close the door again. Buddy, are you okay? Was that one of those, like, old school video game glitches, where you're using the Game Shark and you have to press A 3 times, then B 2 times? I don't know. Well, the speedrunner locates a blacksmith. They enter the house, opening the chest inside, and the loot looks very, very normal. Some oak saplings, 3 iron leggings, a golden ingot, 4 obsidian. This is great news. Everything is looking very normal. So the speedrunner puts on their new iron leggings, and I love how every time they enter or exit a house, they have to close the door behind them. Buddy, this is a fake speedrun. There is no space for manners here. And would you look at that, in the distance, they locate a ruined nether portal. How convenient. And even from this far away, you can see that they have just the right amount of obsidian to fill in that portal. Yeah, what a strange coincidence. They open up the chest outside of the ruined nether portal. And again, the loot is looking very, very normal. There's some golden boots, there's some golden sword, a flint and steel, some iron and golden nuggets. But the real question is, the enchantments on the armor and the weapon, are they legitimate? Fire protection 4, soul speed 3, sharpness 5, looting 3. Is this possible? I don't know, you tell me. Well, the speedrunner equips their new golden boots, and by some miracle, using a touchscreen, they are actually able to fill in the nether portal. I'm so confused because it looks like they are so far away. The speedrunner fills in those last 2 blocks of the nether portal, and oh my goodness, this might be the best player on a tablet I've ever seen. Usually it's this infuriating experience, but this actually is not too bad. Nothing here is looking too fishy. They light the portal, good for you, and just like that, the speedrunner is entering the nether. Hang on a second though, something here is funny. If I play this footage back, the loading screen freezes and the audio cuts out, but no big deal, everything here is looking normal. Luckily, the speedrunner does spawn right in front of a bunch of piglins, so they put their golden ingots down. Hang on a second. Where did the speedrunner get 128 golden ingots from? Because last time I checked, if I rewind the footage, they entered the nether with 1 golden ingot. What a load of barnacles. So the speedrunner is trading with these piglins. All of a sudden, they go into the menu and they start changing their personal game mode, but they don't do it. I'm not sure what the speedrunner was trying to do, but he was very clearly tempted to go into creative mode. I'm watching you. Honestly, the next few moments of this speedrun are very, very boring. If you listen to the audio, it's just a bunch of piglins snorting. In the speedrunner's microphone, you can hear a dog barking. The trading process here is mind-numbingly boring. It would be more exciting to watch paint dry. Hang on a second though, did you see that? There was a very obvious cut. Then the speedrunner opens up their inventory, and it's suddenly full of all of this new golden ingots. Oh, brother. They were cheating before, but 2 stacks of golden ingots just was not enough for them. Well, the show must go on. The speedrunner throws even more golden ingots into the hole with the piglin, and this next moment, we are going to have to analyze it frame by frame. If I go slowly here, you can see at the bottom right corner of the screen, there is something green going on down there, and it's not St. Patrick's Day donuts. Yeah, that's right. The speedrunner drops into the pit, and not only do they get 16 ender pearls, but they also get 16 blaze rods. The only thing I can conclude here is that their last cut, they put the blaze rods and the ender pearls behind the piglin so that you would never be able to see it on the ground. What in tarnation? Well, I guess just like that, the speedrunner has everything that they need, so they go into the portal and return to the overworld. And right off the bat, things are looking even more conspicuous. There is a single dirt path block just hanging out in front of them. So the speedrunner approaches this very obvious block, breaking it, and beneath it is a chest. And inside that chest, oh come on, you gotta be kidding me. This guy was doing such a good job at hiding the fact that he was cheating, and out of nowhere, he brings out the motherlode. Full netherite armor and gear, 4 totems, enchanted golden apples, end portal frames and eyes, 6 beds. Buddy, you are gonna need a lot more than 6 beds to defeat the dragon. Wait, why are they closing the chest? At this point, I am so confused. The speedrunner looks up into the sky, and they waste a whole 30 seconds very, very slowly throwing things out of their inventory. Is this guy okay? I kid you not. They spend the next 5 minutes transferring the items from the chest into their inventory. This is just embarrassing. And what in tarnation is a potion of creative mode? By some miracle, the speedrunner is actually able to put down the end portal frames onto the ground. What an achievement on a tablet. They fill the portal with eyes, and they enter the end. And remember how just a second ago I said what in tarnation is a potion of creative mode? Well, you're about to find out. Tony, roll the clip. Yeah, what a load of barnacles. This guy is taking an eternity to break these end crystals, and if you thought it could not get worse, it does. The speedrunner finishes breaking all of the end crystals, and they start typing in the chat a/kill command. And at this point, that is when a mobile phone screen recording pops up on the bottom right of the screen. I'm not kidding, you cannot make this up. But it's just a stopwatch that started right now. And come on, brother, charge your phone. So yeah, I am thoroughly confused. The speedrunner enters in that kill command. They defeat the dragon, entering the portal and beating the game in, I'm not really sure, 31 seconds? I'm not sure if the speedrunner understands that you're supposed to start the timer, oh, I don't know, at the beginning of the speedrun. This speedrun, everything seems normal, but every time I say that, I always regret it. They're in survival, the difficulty is normal, cheats are off, they create their world, nope, hang on a second. Did you see that? If I go frame by frame here, this speedrunner is using Lunar Client, which is not a good sign. And they have an intro. Tony, roll the clip, let the viewers hear what the speedrunner is saying.
I am going to beat the speedrun world record in this game.
The world building screen looks normal. They spawn in, they have a timer, this is fantastic. They're looking straight ahead, good job. They are not selecting the first slot in their hotbar. Oh no. The speedrunner approaches the tree directly in front of them. Like all fake speedrunners, they break the tree, and beneath them is a barrel. And inside the barrel, oh brother. Listen to what this goofball is saying. They have no defense.
Oh, why is there a barrel and there is so much loot in it? I think it's a new update.
New update, my butt. That was so stupid. If you're gonna cheat, at least try to hide the fact that you're cheating. Out of nowhere, there is a very sudden cut. The speedrunner is directly in front of a desert temple, but even though the speedrun footage cut, the timer is still on the previous time. But if we go one frame ahead, the timer suddenly skips ahead 30 seconds, which is clear proof that the timer was added after recording the speedrun. This is just shameless. So the speedrunner enters this desert temple, digging down, they break the pressure plate, everything is looking good. They mine the TNT. These are professional speedrun strats, even though this guy is a goofy goober. Inside the chests, everything is looking normal, except for, hold the phone, 32 golden apples? What in tarnation? They open the next chest, more gapples. The third chest, more gapples, come on. The fourth chest, take a guess what is inside the fourth chest? More enchanted golden apples. How subtle. Okay, well, the speedrunner has everything they could possibly need. They were very sly with hiding the fact that they were cheating this time.
Wow, there is so many enchanted golden apples.
Before it was subtle, but this time just so obvious. The speedrunner begins building up out of the desert temple, when out of nowhere there is another sudden cut. Again, they are unable to trim the speedrun timer in sync with the footage, because if I go forward one more frame, the time suddenly skips ahead 25 seconds. And how convenient, they are directly in front of a ruined nether portal. The speedrunner approaches this ruined nether portal, opening up the chest, and the loot in here does look normal. Nope, never mind. Is that crossbow called an AK-47? And I'm sorry, I could be stupid, but what in tarnation is ancient artifact? Well, the speedrunner breaks this golden block, collecting it. Again, there is another sudden cut. They're doing the same baloney with their timer, and they have found themselves directly in front of a village. How convenient. But this isn't just any old village. The speedrunner approaches this seemingly normal villager house, and inside is at least 100 villagers jam-packed in there like sardines. And the speedrunner's reaction is just so priceless.
What is happening in this house?
The next few moments, I have no clue what is happening. What is in front of the speedrunner, I don't know. Is this a new structure? I know there was a new update and you guys were giving me a hard time about not knowing about the mace. Genuinely, I couldn't tell if it was a mod or not. But I'm pretty sure last time I checked, a toolsmith is not something in this game. Yep, I can confirm. Those trades are not legitimate. The trades, honestly, are just horrible. And that's when the speedrunner proceeds to threaten this villager by surrounding them in TNT, and then they try trading with them again. And now all of a sudden the trades are immaculate. Gee, I didn't know threatening villagers with death is a new update of Minecraft. So the speedrunner gets some dirt, and they proceed to get 128 diamond blocks, a diamond pickaxe, a diamond axe. This is truly a mob boss speedrun attempt. Well, these next few moments, let's just watch the footage together in silence, and you tell me if you notice what just happened.
We need some ender eyes to enter the ender to quit the ender dragon, so I think think we will go to the ladder.
Yeah, if you didn't catch that, just a moment ago, the speedrunner has 2 obsidian. Wait a tick. When did they get a command block? I don't even know. There is so much cheating that's going right over my head. And after the cut, they suddenly have 10 obsidian blocks. Well, with these newly found materials, the speedrunner builds a nether portal, lighting it and entering the end. And right off the bat, the load screen is cut off. They are not even looking straight ahead. And I am 99% sure that bastions don't have bridges like this. Now keep in mind, there is a piglin just hanging out. And legitimately, the only thing we can do here is just watch this next segment. It is so ridiculously goofy.
Oh, there is a picnic. Hey, you, give me all your ender pearl or I will kill you with my AK-47.
The speedrunner again threatens another mob in Minecraft, this time with their AK-47. They do get golden ingots, but I don't know what is happening. This piglin traps them in bedrock. So what, piglins have creative mode now? The piglin steals all of the speedrunner's gear, and then the speedrunner is following the piglin down into this like dungeon. And I'm sorry, what is this? The Fellowship of the Ring? Hang on a second, I just noticed now they have a spawn egg in their inventory. I am so genuinely confused. This is like a fever dream right now. The speedrunner is about to get executed by these piglins. He is about to be forced to walk the plank into lava. That's when the speedrunner gets hit off. They ender pearl clutch back onto the ledge, and just like that, they unleash terror on the piglin with their AK-47. I'm actually kind of intrigued as to how a crossbow did that. The piglin that they killed dropped so many ender pearls. There is another cut. The speedrunner is suddenly bridging with wood, which is literally like playing with fire. But just like that, they found themselves directly in front of a nether fortress. The speedrunner follows this path on the nether fortress, and how convenient, at the end of the path is a blaze spawn. So they use their crossbow, wiping out all of the blaze and getting 2 blaze rods. Unfortunately though, the speedrunner is wasting a lot of time waiting for those next few blazes to spawn. Now, a professional speedrunner would know to reduce the render distance, so that way all of the mobs are spawning in that one chunk. But this guy is a baloney head. There is a sudden cut. The speedrunner suddenly has a sword. Where they got it, I don't know. Don't ask me. They kill a blaze with the sword, and they literally get 64 blaze rods from it. You can hear the speedrunner in their microphone trying to explain what is happening.
Okay guys, guess what? I just kill a river skeleton and get its stone sword, and this stone sword have good luck, so when I kill blaze, they drop more blaze rod. It's very normal in Minecraft.
It just sounds like nonsense, and at the end of it, they say, I am not cheating.
And I'm not cheating.
Yeah, right. This guy stinks. Well, the speedrunner crafts blaze powder. There is another cut. The timer has skipped ahead 10 seconds, even though they're in a completely different location. There's another portal directly in front of them, but it's a ruined nether portal, which last time I checked, there aren't ruined nether portals in the nether. Am I just stupid, or is this guy trying to fool me? The speedrunner approaches this ruined nether portal, opening up the chest, getting obsidian and flint and steel. How convenient. So they complete the portal, lighting it, and returning back to the overworld. And before there is even a load screen, tell me if you notice what just happens here. Let's watch it together. Yeah, if I go frame by frame, at the bottom left of the screen, you can clearly see it says set on game mode to survival. What a load of barnacles. This guy is just cheating left and right. Where they are, I don't know. They're underwater, they're about to run out of air, until they approach this seemingly inconspicuous hole in front of them. And would you look at that, why am I not surprised? It's the stronghold. Now honestly, I gotta give this fake speedrunner props. Most fake speedrunners would just go into spectator mode to locate the portal, but this guy actually wasted a whole minute legitimately trying to find the portal room. Kudos to you. You get a gold star. They find the portal room. They massacre these little... actually, I can't even remember what they're called. Dust mites? I don't know. My brain farted. I can't remember what they're called. But he massacres them. The speedrunner fills the portal, or they're trying to fill the portal. I'm not really sure what's happening, but their game is glitching out. And they enter the end with the loading screen very abruptly cut. Now keep in mind, the speedrunner still has a spawn egg in their hotbar. What they are going to do with that, I don't know. I kid you not, you cannot make up these next few moments. The speedrunner legitimately finds Notch on the end island. They hand over all of their golden ingots to Notch, bribing him into beating the game for them. And it's just so goofy, it looks like a Tom and Jerry cat and mouse chase with bald little Notch floating around in the sky trying to defeat the Ender Dragon. But holy cow, Notch actually kills the dragon in one hit. And just like that, the speedrunner beats Minecraft in 9 minutes and 23 seconds, which is still literally more time than the world record legitimately done. What a baloney head.
If you haven't bought the plushie yet, buy it now or I'm gonna throw a potato at your head.